Shalom. Let me get straight into this lesson. Brothers and sisters, trying to kind of bear with them. Real bad cold. So, what I'm saying? I'm going to try to, Lord willing, get through this lesson. But it's a heavy time because these Babylonians are through. America is finished. We watching the crumble of a kingdom. And it's happening in real time. And it's something that, a lot of you brothers and you sisters thought you had never seen in your lifetime. But this place is done. It's finished. It's crumbling. It's a crumbling empire. They have lied to you, gaslighted you, manipulated your mind, lied to you about everything, smoke screen, distractions, diversions, tactics, psychological warfare, you name it, has been done to your mind to keep you in this matrix. And the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai has freed us out this matrix. The water Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Because these people are finished, These people don't know what's going on. The Lord had his elect that he was going to give his truth to. So even though we are vexed out with the 2/3 and just the people in general in this place, we should rejoice because the Lord saw fit for us to wake up. Think about that for a minute. Think about all these billions of people that's not going to wake up. It's heavy, And all these other so-called gods are idols. We see that consistently through the whole world. So I'm going to get into this lesson. Everybody's broke. These Edomites crying out too. But, my whole thing with the Edomites, what was all this energy at when the so-called blacks, Hispanic, and Native Americans were getting oppressed? You didn't have that same energy because it wasn't affecting you. And now you're getting afflicted by these J people and these top-tier Edomites, the elites, the Illuminati, whatever you want to call them. Now you want to cry out. But people are broke. It's a record credit card debt, record student loan debt, everything. You got the national debt, really like about 100 trillion, but I think it's like 38 trillion is going on, 39 one or the other. But that's not including the liabilities, which would be about 130 some trillion dollars of debt. And this is how they're gonna walk you into this MOTB. But let me get enough talking. Let me get into this video, and then I'm gonna be doing a commentary.
A lot of Americans are defaulting on their homes and actually losing their homes.
My mortgage payment is going up almost $500 a month. $500 every month. I have a fixed interest rate, so it's not that. Nope, it's my escrow account. Apparently, my homeowner's insurance and my property taxes just skyrocketed. But nobody thought to tell me about this until I was already $3,200 short in my escrow account. So now I not only have to pay the shortage, but I also have to pay the new balance moving forward. And so I can either pay the shortage in full and my monthly mortgage goes up almost $200 a month, or I pay it out over the next 12 months and my monthly mortgage payment goes up almost $500 a month. Well, I definitely don't have $3,200 just laying around, so I guess this is the option that I have.
So I'm gonna get into some more heavy people complaining, and it's like that's what they said, you will own nothing and be happy. But let's do some math. So the whole house thing is a scam. I'm gonna show you why. A mortgage, when you go into the word mortgage, it means death pledge. That's why the word, mortuary, mortgage is in there because it means death pledge. So they put you in this 30-year trap. You have to pay this national average right now on the home interest rate. I think it's about 7%. So say you get a home let's do some math. Let's say I get a home that's $400,000. That's the average new home cost right now. Matter of fact, let me get that number real quick. I think it's four. It's some change. Just say 400,000. Matter of fact, let me do this first. What is the average home price for a new home? Okay, right now it says the median price for new single-family home sold in the first 3 months of 2025 is $416,000. Wrap your mind around that. So let's say 400,000 to make it an even number, and save 7% interest rate. So how much would you end up paying back if you get a loan and go to show you that you still in captivity? Jacob said that dumb shit that they free, they're an American, they can do whatever they want to do, but you in this system of financial bondage and you don't know it, and spiritual bondage. So $400,000 home, right? And it's gonna take you 30 years to pay it off. Like, you know how much shit can happen in 30 years? You can die. I mean, you get sick. I mean, just so many things can happen. So 7% interest rate, right? So I'm just gonna put in $400,000 home at a 7% interest rate. Salakia, how much would I pay back in total? Pay in total. All right, so I'm just using my other phone to go through this information. So 30 years, 7-year fixed rate, and you like they gonna go into this video. Your interest rate is set, right, but it's still your taxes can go up and your insurance on your home can go up. So at a $400,000 home, right, you'll end up paying back in interest. Salakia. Give me 1 second. So okay, it says 718,000. Give me 1 second. Look at this thing, it glitched out on me. It had the wrong information, but okay. I'll go to the numbers. It says $400,000 at 7% over 30 years. It means you'll pay back a total of $958,550.40. So almost $1 million on a $400,000 home because of the interest rate. That means you'll pay $558,550 in interest. So we told you that, that buying a home is a scam. So you're gonna pay over double in interest. So you get the home at $400,000, which you actually gonna end up paying back over those 30 years is a total of $958,550. And a lot of people don't know how this works with the homes. They don't know what this really means. So when people think they buy a home, they think when they spend $400,000, that's what they're gonna have to pay back. They don't work like that. You have to pay interest. And that interest, that 7%, right, is gonna come up to that 558,000. So you're gonna pay double and some change for that home. So you're not gonna pay $400,000 straight up. And then you have other things that can change, like insurance and taxes. Let's keep going.
I'm already working 70 hours a week. So I'm probably going to have to sell my house because I can't.
So it's going back into what these devils, they plans. You will own nothing and be happy. That's part of the Great Reset, walking into this financial technocracy with the mark of the beast system. This ain't no joke. It's right here. Let's keep going.
I can't do that. I don't know anybody who could. But I don't know where I'm going to live after I sell my house because my ex-husband ruined my credit in the divorce this year. And so I don't know anybody who's going to rent to me. I may end up homeless by the end of this year.
And peep game, these Edomites are getting afflicted too. They seeing how it is to be a so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American because they families are falling apart. The curses, are being extended onto them because all hell is on this earth right now. It's just a quiet storm, but it's gonna go into a full-blown chaos. You look at the Trump thing, man. All the chaos around that Epstein list, right? These people are pissed off. They mad, right? They telling you that the economy is doing well, but everybody is suffering. They lying to you. They gaslight you. They're manipulating your mind and telling you everything is all right, but yet the house is on fire. But they telling you, oh, it's all good. And people in real life, in reality, just from my experience, I see people struggling. You know what I'm saying? And most of you people, that's in this world, I'm just saying, not, most people in this world struggling. You brothers and you sisters, you see that. Keep going.
Yeah.
So sad. She may end up homeless this year.
But while you fucking Americans was doing your TikTok challenges, you was bullshitting around, you was trying to be a YouTube sensation, doing all this fucking folly, foolishness, and things that don't mean nothing. Watching your football games, basketball games, baseball games. These motherfuckers is plotting on you, and he still is. And they got you, a lot of people in a rat trap. You know what I'm saying? The house is a scam, rent is a scam. It's just nothing but you in captivity.
What a statement. What emotion is she going
Let
through?
me speed it up a little bit. Salakia.
Cheaper because I would never sense. Pair that with the fact that the
Salakia.
both of them have doubled in the last 2 years alone. So it doesn't do you any good to have a 3% interest rate if you are going to have those extra fees rolled into your mortgage every year, rising at an unsustainable
Let me back it
rate.
up
That
so you
makes
can
no
catch
sense.
it. Give me 1 second. See if I can.
Doubled. This comment's from a video where a realtor in Tampa Bay is talking about the trend of seeing people move out of the state of Florida, and then saw this comment, which is exactly my experience too. In the last 2 of the 5 years that I've lived here, my insurance and taxes have doubled. Both of them have doubled in the last 2 years alone. So it doesn't do you any good to have a 3% interest rate if you're going to have those extra fees rolled into your mortgage every year, rising at an unsustainable rate. That makes no sense. Pair that with the fact that the rental market isn't doing good. So I don't even have the option to rent my property out and buy somewhere cheaper, because I would never break even on renting my property out unless I wanted to do an Airbnb and turn people over all the time. Pair that with raises every year at my job aren't capturing the increase. It's insane.
My own policy on my house went from about $1,700 to $4,000 in 1 year. Now keep in mind, I didn't file a single claim. I didn't ask for a new roof. I didn't do any of that. But because so many people in the state of Florida did, these insurance carriers had to find a way to pass the cost for what they were enduring as far as claims and lawsuits down to the consumer if they were going to stay in business. Now, that isn't something that
There's a lot more to this because I'm not going to be able to get to everything because of time constraint. But yeah, when I go here to the 30-year fixed rate mortgage, it says interest rate is 6.77% to 6.9%. And that depends on your credit too, because they got people locked into that system of credit and madness. You have to borrow everything, and then you borrow, then you have to pay things back with interest. So what they have did is money magic. They created a system of slavery using fake fiat currency, whether it be debit, credit, or the physical money, so-called, that you get, the monopoly money, that put your body in bondage. That's a whole nother thing that has to be deeply explained. And most people don't know this going on. So yeah, they got this debt cycle of having you in a perpetual state of debt. You can never get out of it while they continue to, control everything, live good, you know what I'm saying? Fly private Lear jets while you suffer. You go paycheck to paycheck. Everything's going up, but they'll lie to you. That's another thing I went into. Another lesson in the past is going into showing you the real economic figures. When you go into the average home price right now, over 400,000, and I think the average the average salary has not went up by. Matter of fact, it was like I'm gonna have to do a lesson just going into that again. But it was like $3,000 or $4,000 since the 1980s, if I'm not mistaken. I do that in another lesson. But it's effed up. The economy is in a recession, but they're not gonna say that. And all hell is gonna eventually break loose. That's what we've been warning you about, right? So hopefully this has been edifying. Call Halal Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rachak, Quadash. Shalom.